CUSA has undergone a lot of change this past year, entering a time of renewal and compliance. Many things have changed, some have stayed the same, and our core is still that we are run by students for students. The new structure of CUSA, informed by the new Not-for-Profit Corporations Act, the work of the Democratic Reform Committee, and CUSA Council, can only be successful with selfless and honest leaders of integrity at every level of the organization. The CUSA president will be the Chief Executive Officer of the corporation, a voice for students outside campus and accountable for matters of policy and position to the CUSA Council and for matters of finance and long-term reputation to the CUSA board. The president, working full-time for CUSA, will be designated by the board to supervise the top full-time staff person and all businesses, offices, and employees that make up CUSA's physical and human presence. They will also oversee the vice presidents, answering for their work to the CUSA Council. The new board will be made up of 8 students not otherwise involved in CUSA operations, as well as the CUSA president and vice president, finance, secretary, treasurer. The CUSA board will be chaired by one of these students and will safeguard CUSA's legal, reputational, and financial position while receiving advice from CUSA's lawyer, CUSA's auditor, or any invited full-time staff, counselors, or executives. The board is to serve as a sober second thought on everything from space allocation to labor union negotiations, and is a place where president's approach is to be questioned, problematized, and improved or rejected. Approximately 5 meetings throughout the year, combined with a couple of committees of the board, will make the experience of serving on the board of a $7 million per year corporation one that board members won't soon forget, and one they'll be speaking about in job interviews for years to come. The CUSA Council is made up of 35 individuals, 31 of whom are elected from within the students of their respective academic faculties. CUSA counselors will continue advocating for student interests and serve as representatives of those students. CUSA Council is a place where executives and other student leaders can be publicly questioned and held accountable. CUSA Council has a number of committees and is responsible for some of the most serious tasks, including overseeing compliance with CUSA's governance documents, appointing board members, and selecting CUSA's vice presidents. CUSA counselors can be charged with investigating areas of weakness within CUSA policy, can offer suggestions to improve CUSA, can forward issues where they believe CUSA should take a stance, and may be called upon as a check and balance should the board or executive need intervention. The CUSA councils of the future will not be places where motions to constitute and fill committees dominate the agenda, but a place where monthly meetings are arranged to deal with the most topical and contentious student issues of the day. Any student interested in politics, policy, equity, or working in education would be well served by choosing to pursue a counselor seat. Most vice president positions will be elected by the outgoing and incoming CUSA Council. The vice president of finance will be nominated to council by a hiring committee, which includes CUSA board members. The roles will be part-time with CUSA, and the vice presidents will remain enrolled in courses over the course of their term. The vice presidents will report to the president and indirectly also report to either or both of the CUSA Council and the CUSA board. The vice presidents will work closely with CUSA's full-time staff team and other student employees to administer the events, clubs, advocacy, and partnership mandates of CUSA. Together, as student leaders, these entities and the individuals in them, properly trained and engaged, will steer CUSA through an uncertain future. We're your Students Association.